My name is Carrie Jeanette, and I'm in 6th grade. I'm 11 years old, and this is going to be about the trip to Selma. And the first day I came here, I found...
My name is Christopher. I'm in the 5th grade, and what I learned this weekend was that blacks and whites should have equal rights, and that I walked over the Edmund Pettus Bridge. We marched a few miles, and there it was a lot of people. We held up banners, sung songs.
This 50th anniversary march is a model, an example that we're setting so that the young people coming along will understand that we've got to always embrace our history. So otherwise history will be erased if we don't embrace our history.
Hello, my name is Markia. I'm 11 years old. I'm in the 5th grade. And I learned this weekend that our people walked 47 miles from Selma to Montgomery. And today I marched, I think at least 5 miles, because my leg was in pain. What else? And I went to the Jubilee. I saw half a concert. What else? I met a lot of people. I met Miss Nash. And I worked at the Civil Rights Slavery Museum with the Selma.
My name is Lisa Henderson, and I'm 16 years old, and I go to BC Washington High School. And this is what I learned over the weekend, that they had the march is in remembrance of Jim Lee Jackson, the man who got killed by KKK because he would fight for people's rights. And this one, I can't think of nothing else.
Dragging horses into groups of unearned people. And with the white mob behind them behaving with hatred and ignorance. That clearly stated that white supremacy is a
Kayla Franklin. And what I learned this weekend is when we went to the theater and we watched the film about how the president or governor, they was writing the Constitution of 1901, and that the men were like agreeing and disagreeing about things. And also when we marched in the parade in March, it was about like blacks and them getting their equal rights to vote and live a better life. And also we were talking about the foot soldiers who wasn't recognized back then. We learned that the slaves of the South,
Did you get your 40 acres in the mule? You have no education. You have no resources. You don't own anything because everything belong to the slave master. The clothes you wear, the shoes that was on your feet, the house that you lived in, even your own children belong to him. So where you niggers go? Y'all free, where you go? So many of them had to turn around and go back to the slave master and say, Master, I want to work for you again. Well, now the document said we was free, so you got to pay me. And so the master agrees to pay. This term was called sharecropping. So the master gives you a little piece of land, and he got the big piece of land, and you got to work his land and sell his crops, and he get all the money. And you work your little piece of land, and you got to eat off of it first. But you remember, you ain't had no seeds, so you have to go to his store, so you indebted to him. And you ain't got no tools, so you have to go to his store, so you indebted to him. So you hardly ever got out of debt, and you barely had anything that you could take to market and sell, because you had to feed yourself and your family. You understand how we was re-tricked into slavery under another name?
That's right.
Well, now, there was also a group of people who felt like,
mentally challenged, homeless man. That's why I have no faith in conversation.
Come on, make some noise for the Lord.
Hello, my name is Selma. I'm 9.5 years old. I'm in 4th grade and I go to Tuskegee Public School in Tuskegee, Alabama. Okay. The things that I seen was the house where there was the slave's house, and I seen some tours there, and the wall of resistance. I seen famous people, and I seen like a cross on the wall and things like that. Okay, and it was a dark. Another thing I seen was it was a dark room with a boat and 3 people in it. One of the people were on the boat, and it was a lady. She was a slave, and the man he was taking her like to the jailhouse. He was taking her to the jailhouse, and we got to get on the boat. And okay, and now like the hallway, I think it is. I seen a timeline of what happened to the people, and I was selling things. I was giving tours, and I was helping people look for stuff. And I learned today that we was marching today, and I learned from why we was marching is because we need, so it could fit, we we could think about the others that marched for us, like Dr. Martin Luther King and Miss Amelia and people like that.
The first question is, can you introduce yourself to us?
Yes, my name is Musaka Dada. It used to be Willie Ricks of SNCC. Now it's Musaka Dada, a Pan-Africanist. I believe in Pan-Africanism.
Black power.
And I believe in black power.
Good evening. My name is Kai Walker. I'm in the 7th grade and I go to teens. I learned My History by Diane Nash. She was the first one. She was the founder of SNCC. Diane Nash is her name. Saturday we were in the parade and we learned more history by walking. Sunday we had like a little section here, trying to teach people about their history. And we also learned about Musaka Dada. He was one of the SNCC members, and it was a lady, one of the SNCC members, Alima. She was one of the SNCC members, and also Selma was one of the SNCC members. We learned so much today, but today we learned, we marched through the Edmund Pettus Bridge. We marched about 2 miles, and that's mostly it.
My name is Jasmine Maxwell. I'm 11 years old. I'm in 6th grade, and I go to Tuskegee Public School in Tuskegee. This weekend, I learned about many different people, like Nat Turner, John Brown, and I learned more about African culture. It was fun. It was fun to me because I got to learn a lot of stories behind every African painting or slavery painting or sculptures. I also was able to have fun during the parade. I was able to be in the parade, not just watch it. I was able to cross the Jubilee Bridge for the 50th anniversary from Selma to Montgomery March. I marched today, and today I found out that we will be finishing the march on Friday. I was happy that I was able to come here at this museum because I was able to learn new things. I was able to help out around the museum and learn. And I wasn't just learning; I was helping other people learn too. And that was one of the best parts about it. And I got to be with my friends, which is not just my friends; they're like my family too. And I got to meet new famous people and learn more about them and get their autographs. I learned someone who's a psychiatrist. I learned about someone who's a journalist. And I learned from someone. And I learned about more, but those are one of my 2 favorites because I like to write in journals and I like to help people when they're going through trouble in their life, especially my mom, my dad, and my sisters and brothers, and my friends.
Hello, my name is Shemai Gibbs. I am 12 years old and in the 6th grade. This weekend I learned that Rapp Brown was a freedom rights activist. I also learned that during the slave trade that they were brought on boats, and usually when there wasn't enough room, they had to stack on each other. I also learned that Bessie Black was she drove airplanes. This weekend I crossed the Selma's Pettus Bridge. I went to a concert. I also saw Barack Obama on stage this weekend. I also did a march today, March the 8th, 2015.
Hello, may you tell us a little bit about you?
Okay. My name is Karima Alamin, and I am an attorney, a lawyer in Atlanta, Georgia, in the Atlanta, Georgia area. I'm also the wife of Imam Jamil Alamin, who was known back in the 1960s as Rapp Brown. He was the chairperson from 1966 until 1969 of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, which is SNCC. It was known as SNCC.
My name is Kara Janae, and I am 11 years old, and I am in 6th grade. And we marched in a parade, and we got to meet these motorcycle riders called the Buffalo Soldiers, and we also got to see the different schools with the step team, the cheerleaders, and the dancers. Okay, and today we actually started the Selma to Montgomery March with the 50th anniversary Selma to Montgomery March, and we actually marched about 5 miles, and we took a break, and we also learned, I also learned about we learned about what slaves were back then. We learned that sometimes when your slave owner lets you free, you don't have anywhere to go, and then you end up asking your previous slave owner, can you work for them again, and will they pay you for it? And they agree, but then you still end up owing them debit because you always have to use their crops, you always have to use their supplies and things. So that is just another way into tricking you into work. And that is all I have to say.
My name is Lisa Henderson, and I'm 16 years old, and I go to Booker T. Washington High School. We were marching we stayed in Selma for over 4 days, and we were marching with Dr. Bernard Lafayette. He helped organize SNCC, which is people, freedom fighters. And
Hey, my name is Amber Wilson. I'm 10 years old, and I'm in Tuskegee Public School, and I'm in the 4th grade. This weekend on the trip, we went to Selma, and I learned that Diane Nash found this SNCC. We met her, we took pictures, and also we went on the march because back then in 1920, they marched for us, and they didn't even know our name. And thank you.
Commercial on the way, someone died to make this day. He was voting everywhere, and he was Sammy Young. Yes, he was Sammy Young. We came here to say, commercial on the way, someone died to make this day. He was voting everywhere, and he was Sammy Young. Yes, he was Sammy Young. We came here to say, commercial on the way, someone died to make this day. He was voting everywhere, and he was Sammy Young. Yes, he was Sammy Young. We came here to say, equal rights are on the way. Someone died to make this day. He was voting everywhere, and he was Sammy Young. Yes, he was Sammy Young. We came here to say, equal rights are on the way. Someone died to make this day. He was voting everywhere, and he was Sammy Young. Yes, he was Sammy Young.
My name is Larissa Swift. I'm in the 5th grade. I'm 11 years old, and I like to exercise, dance, and I also like to learn new things. And what I learned this weekend in Selma is that there were freedom fighters, foot soldiers. First, I figured out that Sammy Lamont Young Jr. was a foot soldier, and also foot soldiers were not recognized. And we are here today and for the rest of the weekend to celebrate the people who marched for the Selma to Montgomery March. And earlier today, we actually walked a couple of miles from Selma almost to Montgomery, and some more people are actually walking to Montgomery, but we will be back on Friday to finish the march to Montgomery.
Okay, my name is Kara Janae. I'm 11 years old in the 6th grade, and we just had a former friend that we met in Selma, and her name is Lady Free. And she told us that we didn't see him, but there was a man. He had on an orange kind of like jumpsuit that they wear in jail, and he had chains to show people that, to try to get people to see that they didn't want to go to jail, to see what it was like. So, and also she came here today as we were about to leave, and she told us about why she didn't march with us, because she had to go get some people out of jail, and also that she taught us a song. It's kind of about the KKK, and kind of like they let Mother Boynton live, and so did Mother Cooper, to this long, to be 100 and something, and that they hung, even women, they hung them from bridges, and they hung them from trees, they hung them from anything they could, and the term picnic, when they say pick a black person and hang them, and honkies, when they just go around honking saying they got somebody, they got a black person, and also that that the KKK, they had a little flyer that goes around, and she still has that flyer, and it's kind of, it shows what they wanted. They wanted us to be scared of them, but we realized that there's nothing to be scared of.
Justice is juxtapositioning us. Justice for all just ain't specific enough. One son died, his spirit is revisiting us. True and living in us. Resistance is us. That's why Rosa sat on the bus. That's why we walk through Ferguson with our hands up. When it go down, we woman and man up. They say stay down, and we stand up. Shots. The camera so much love and power right now. I'm just thrilled to be here and honored to be here. I want to be able to follow up in terms of not only must we fight for the freedom of political prisoners, but we must also guarantee that they have the right to vote.
I said it.
Unite!
Africa must unite!
Hand Africanism!
Hand Africanism!
Hand Africanism!
Hand Africanism!
Say it one more time.
Hand Africanism!
Thank y'all, Africa!
I said!
Which side are you on? Justice for my brownies, justice for my
Music is the cuts that we bleed. Somewhere in the dream we had an epiphany. Now we right the wrongs in history. Don't work you in the war individually and take the wisdom of the elders and young people's energy. Welcome to the story we call victory. The coming of the Lord.
Yeah.